Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be the second declutter of this season. This is going to be a declutter of my bronzers, my blushes, and my face palettes. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer one. I hope you brought a drink because I'm not kidding around when I do long videos. But yeah, I'm just super excited to be showing you all the things that I have in my collection. I go through all of it, letting you know my thoughts about all of them, and then I decide which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm getting rid of, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty makeup, and I try to do this kind of a declutter series where I have 5 different declutter episodes every year, and yeah, we're in number 2, so this is a good time to subscribe in case you want to see more. So we are in the middle of Vlogmas season, so I'm uploading every day until Christmas. I did film this look and it's already live on my channel. I will leave a link to it down below together with what I'm having on my face right now in case you're interested, because why wouldn't you be? This is honestly one of the best looks I've created this year. It's so good. I love it so much. I'm just giving you some general, like, I don't know, house cleaning things. If you want to see more of my declutter episodes, I do have a declutter series and I will put that down below. Like I said, I am uploading one declutter video every week until Christmas, and this week it is bronzers, blushes, and face palettes. Next week is going to be highlighters. Super excited to be showing you that as well. And yes, all the things that I'm decluttering, if it's old, I'm throwing it away, and if it's perfectly fine, I will clean it and I would give it to my friends and neighbors and Ricardo's co-workers and just people around me. I do not ship out my used makeup to anyone watching this video. Please do not ask me for my makeup in my comments. I will not be sending out any makeup. That is not me being ungrateful or like not wanting to share my makeup. It is just me giving away makeup to people around me. Shipping out stuff is really expensive. Shipping it is expensive. It also takes an incredible amount of time. And if you are interested in the giveaway, I do have an ongoing giveaway right now on my channel. If you are interested in that, you can always check that out. But yeah, please don't beg for my makeup in the comments. I will not be replying. But with that being said, let's get into the declutter because I have a lot of things to show you. As you probably can see, my blush and bronzer collection is in some serious need of being culled. This is probably the part of my collection that has really escalated the worst during this year. And I think the main reason is because I've tried a lot of cream bronzers that I have here, plus a lot of indie brands, I have it here, have sent me full collections of like blushes and stuff like that. And also I have some here on the side, and it's just really escalated. So I need to get rid of some of these badly. We're gonna start with bronzers. Let me put these to the side. We'll start with bronzers, then we'll do blushes, and we'll end with these face palettes. Okay, so here are all of my bronzers, and I know for sure I don't use and I don't love all of them. And what I was trying to do is to have cream bronzers on one side and powder in the other, but it just escalated, and this is where we are. So let me actually just start with one of these, and we'll just pull all of these out and we can see what we have. So I have a couple of things. This is a cream bronzer. Let me put that to the side. Is there a powder bronzer in here that needs to be here? I have the Hoola here, and I have the Private Island, and I have this one. Okay, there's a couple of things here that needs to be in this pile as well. So yeah, like I said, it is a little bit of a it is a little bit of a mess. Let me actually pull this one to the side, and I can put the bronzers back that I know I want to keep. Because I know I want to keep the Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer. I really like this one. It is a number medium. Number medium. Yes, that's the one. I'm picking that one. I also really love this one by Fenty. I think it is discontinued. It is her putty bronzer that came out this summer, but I think she discontinued it, or it was limited edition because it was very fragile, as you can see. But I'm keeping it because I still use it and I still like it. If I stop using it throughout the next year, I'll probably declutter it. This is one of my favorite launches when it comes to bronzers this year, and this is the powder bronzer by Jacqueline. I have mine in tan lines, I think. Yeah, tan lines. It is honestly so stunning. I love this bronzer so much. I think it is such a beautiful bronzer. It smells like coffee, according to me, and she says it's supposed to smell like coffee. I know others say this, they think it smells like coconut. I think it smells like coffee, not overbearing, but just a really beautiful bronzer, and this is a great shade for me. So I'm definitely keeping that one. I also really do love this one still. It's a Juvia's Place medium bronzer. It's a duo. It's a good drugstore alternative for me as well to just recommend. There's a little bit more affordable, so I'm going to keep that as well. This is also a cream bronzer. This one is probably my most used bronzer, and this is the Private Island by Fenty. I see the contour of the pan, so I think I'm about to hit pan on this one. Honestly, my most used bronzer, it is in Private Island. I use it all the time. I just think that this is absolutely perfection. Definitely keeping it. It's one of my favorite bronzers. I also really love the bronzer drop from Sigma. This one is in medium. This one is a little light for being medium, but it really shows up on the skin and gives a really subtle and natural bronze that just looks extremely good on the skin. So I will be keeping this one as well. Okay, what do I want to keep as well? I have been holding on to this one for quite some time because this has been one of my most used bronzers, but I haven't used it, I think, anything this year. So I think I'm going to get rid of it. It's from Kiko Milano and it's also quite old, so I'll put that to the side. I also will get rid of this one. This is the Kaleidos Charisma Contour Palette. I really love this one, but they have recently re-released this in new packaging and in new shades, so I will be using that one instead. But I mean, I love this one. I kept it even after it was discontinued, so I think it's a really good product. Let's talk about the Hulas in a bit. This one is from Nabla. I think it's a beautiful, I think I have one in Ambra, yeah. It's a beautiful, like, baked gelée formula. I think it's wonderful. I still use it. I am gonna hold on to it a little longer. This is the one that my friend Samantha March did with Ofra, and I'm gonna keep it because I love Samantha and I think it's a beautiful bronzer, so that one gets to stay. Then we have the new one from House Labs. I think this is a really beautiful bronzer. I have mine in light level 4, which is like a, I would say that this is like a light medium, but it really does show up. You can tell that it's, I don't want to say dark, but it definitely shows up on my skin tone. I think this is a beautiful bronzer. I don't love it as much as the Jacqueline one, but I'm keeping it because it is new and it is a really good bronzer and it's good for reference as well. Another new bronzer that I'm actually not saving is the One Size bronzer. I actually don't like this. The first time I used it, I liked it because I was like, oh, this is such a nice bronzer and it's so pigmented, but it's too pigmented and it's actually so pigmented that it's a little hard to blend out. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one. I'm also going to get rid of, this is a cream bronzer, but I'll get rid of this one now. This is the Balm bronzer by Makeup by Mario. I think this is very balmy and kind of sheer, so you kind of need to go over with powder, not only because it's a little sheer, but also because it's a little sticky and I hate a sticky face. So I'm actually going to get rid of that one. Then we have the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer, and this is a shimmery one, Palm Beach Ready. This is actually too shimmery to be a bronzer that I prefer. I like a satin bronzer, a bronzer that has a little sheen to it. I just feel like this one is just a little bit too much, if we're going to be honest. Then we have, this is actually new in my collection, and this is by Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Sunset and Vine palette. This is the one they came up with that was a little darker, and I've only used this once, and I actually think it's a really nice one. I like these, and they're really convenient for travel. It's a nice cardboard packaging. It's slim and nice, and it comes with 3 shades. I am going to be keeping that one. I also have the Hatice Schmidt. I think I'm saying that correctly. This is her bronzer. I actually have not been using this since I moved here. I think the bronzer is really pretty. I think I prefer the highlighter or maybe the eyeshadow. I don't know. I just haven't used it because there's so many new bronzers in my life. I'm gonna see if somebody wants to inherit that from me. I do give away all my makeup that's not old. If it's old, I'm throwing it away. Listen, nobody needs to get new makeup, but if there's nothing wrong with it, I will clean it up and I will give it away to someone. This is the Vive palette. That is a bronzer palette. This is not the right shade for me, and I actually have not used this a single time since I moved here. Did I buy it when I lived here? I'm not sure, but I can't even remember the last time I used this one, so I'm actually going to get rid of this one as well. Then we have the Hoola and the Hoola Glow. The Hoola Glow is in the old packaging. I think this is really nice, but I have other shimmery bronzers. I've actually been reaching for this Fenty one, but I'm wanting a shimmery bronzer. Then we have the original Hoola. I think I'm going to save the original Hoola because this is in the new slim packaging for reference. I think it's good, but it's not my favorite, but it's a nice reference. And I think I'm going to get rid of the Hoola Glow because since I bought that shimmery one from Fenty, this one here, I have not been using this since. Let's do the cream bronzers. Okay, so here we are. This is gonna be... Is this gonna be easy? It might be easy. Let me pick out some that I really love. Really love the Charlotte Tilbury one. This one is in medium. It came out this year. I think it's beautiful. I also really love this one from Makeup Revolution. I think this is the first Makeup Revolution item that I really love that I've tried in a really long time. I think this is incredible. Definitely would recommend it. I also still really love the ABH one. I have mine in Golden Tan. This is a beautiful cream bronzer. I still love it. I still use it. I think it's wonderful. I also really like the formula of the one from Fenty, but I have mine in Macchiato, and it is not perfect. The color is a little bit more cool toned than I prefer when I have a tan, but this is the cream bronzer that I use when I don't have a tan or when I'm looking to just cool something down a little bit. So it also gets to stay. The Rare Beauty ones are probably the best formula in my collection. I have it in Power Boost, which is the lighter one, and I also have it in Happy Soul, which is more of a medium one. I love both of them. Definitely keeping them. Okay, what are the ones that I'm not keeping? I really like this one. Let me keep this one as well. This is from Tarte. This is the one that they released this year, and it is a bronzer and a like glowy blush cream duo. I think this is beautiful. This is the one in Pink Sands and Seychelles, and I think that this duo was wonderful, and this is one of the things that got me a little bit excited about Tarte, to be honest. So I'm keeping this one as well. I also still like the Contour Wand by Charlotte Tilbury, although I will say I don't use this one a lot, but it makes sense in my collection for comparison. I think this is not as easy to use as some people make it out to be. I think the one from Rare is so much easier to use, but I still feel like it has a place in my collection, so I am gonna hold on to this one. Then we have these. I really love the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer, but this one is the oldest one in my collection, and I think it's time to let go of this one because I've found new favorites. Okay, let me talk about some things that are a little bit disappointing that I know I'm gonna get rid of. The Pacifica Sun Dream Bronze. It is probably one of the worst products that's been released this year. Like, it is totally dry out. It dried out within a week. It wasn't honestly even that good the first time I used it before it dried out, but it dried out before I was able to use it a second time. And that is just honestly horrifying. Like, who formulated this? And I don't understand how something this horrible could be released. Then we have the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and we also have the NYX Wonder Stick and the Pixie On The Glow Bronze. This one has a highlighter on one side as well, and then it is a contour, like a bronzer on this side. This one is in light medium. I have the On The Bronze Glow in Rich Glow. This one becomes a little almost like coppery warm on my skin. It almost looks a little bit like a blush, and even though these are all three pretty decent alternatives to the drugstore, this one I feel is a little bit hard to work with, and also the NYX one. Not that they're horrible, but I can get better at the drugstore. You can get these from Soul Body, you can order those at Colourpop, or you can get the Makeup Revolution one. Like, this is actually great quality at the drugstore. These are just decent, and I will say, if you have any of these, they're not, oh my god, these are horrible. If this is the only thing you have to use, like, yeah, definitely you can make them work. But I just have stuff that is better in my collection, so I just don't see myself reaching for something that's just okay when I have great, and even great at a similar price point. So let's talk then about the Soul Body. This is the, I think it's like a balm bronzer, Face and Body Bronzing Balm. I have it in 2 shades. This one was the light one, and then I have one in, I think this is the medium one. And I will say, I do use the medium one more now that I have it, because I think that this is a better shade for me. These are scented, just so you know. They have a little bit of a tropical scent to them. I love With the Burning Passion, the Soul Body scent. I think it's amazing, but if you don't like scented makeup, this one isn't for you. I will say though that I really love this product, but I think I'm gonna keep the medium one and actually get rid of the light one, because I don't use that now that I have the medium one, because I bought the medium myself and they sent me light in PR, and it is kind of sheer but really easy to blend out, really easy to work with. It's just a very beautiful product. I'm gonna save this one. This is from Glam Shop, and this is a Polish indie brand. This one is really nice, but I don't like this as much as I like my other cream bronzers. I feel the same about this as I feel about the NYX and the e.l.f. one. It's definitely doable. It's not horrible, but I have others that I prefer over this one, so I tend to reach for those, and for that reason, I'm gonna declutter this one. But again, if this is the one that you have in your collection, or if that is the one that's easy for you to get a hold of, I wouldn't say that it's a bad one. I just prefer other ones. The LYS bronzer stick. I've seen a lot of people really love this one and have this one as a favorite. The reason why this one isn't a favorite for me is because I think that this one is too creamy and too pigmented, and honestly I think too much comes off even when I use it on the brush. I just think that it's too pigmented. I prefer a bronzer that's not this pigmented, but if you love a super pigmented bronzer, maybe try this one, or the one that I decluttered from Patrick Starr's brand, this one. Let me show you again. This is also a super pigmented bronzer. If you like that, you might like this. I prefer something that is a little lighter pigmented, like this one from Merit actually. I think this is the first thing that I'm trying from Merit. This one was sent to me as PR. I would say the only thing that I don't love about this one is in San. The only thing I don't love about this one is that I feel like it is a little bit almost stiff, and I would wish for it to not be as like, it's clunky, it's hard, like you're pouncing yourself on your cheeks with this one. But I think it's a beautiful formula, and it is pretty sheer and easy to work with. The only thing that, yeah, it just feels a little hard. Like it feels a little hard on the face, but I think it's a beautiful product, so I'm keeping that one as well. Okay, these are my bronzers right now. I'm gonna organize them in a better fashion. I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think that's gonna be perfectly fine. Because I have a million different blushes to get into, but let's see how many I got rid of. That is 16 different bronzers. I feel like that's really good, but I will say bronzers is definitely one of the categories where I added the most this year, like if you count like in percent of how much I had from before. So I'm happy to get rid of some, because I knew in my heart of hearts that I was not reaching for all my bronzers, and I was actually a little bit annoyed at how many they were. So I'm fully aware of that I had too many bronzers, but I'm excited to get rid of some. Okay, now we're doing blushes, and like honestly, blushes is a little bit cray-cray. Should we start with cream blushes? Let's start with cream blushes. I vote yes. I vote yes on this. Okay, so this is where we at with cream blushes. I don't have too many. I really don't. I like the ones that I have though, I will say. I think that the ones that I have are really good. Some of them needs to go. Some of them needs to go, and also in some of these, I feel like I might not need to keep both colors. I have these are from Florasis, and I have two colors, and I think that this is actually a really beautiful formula. This is a cream to powder formula, but I will be honest, the only one I'm reaching for is this one. It's so pretty. This one is in shade number 7. It is a cream to powder formula. You can see it has like almost tiger print. Such a beautiful formula. I'm keeping this one. I'm gonna give this like peachy gold away because it is a peach with a gold shimmer. This one is in number 3. So I'm gonna give this one away because it is beautiful, but I never reach for that one because I like the orangey one. This one I'm also gonna declutter. I didn't like this one. I thought that this one was sticky. This is from REM Beauty. I love the color though. The color is in front row center. It is like a bricky orange, but I think that this one is too sheer. Like when you blend this out, let me see if I can actually do a little swatching. If you blend this out, I feel like it disappears, like there's nothing left. And I also think that like if you don't blend it out, if you just dab it in, it becomes sticky, and I didn't love this formula. I didn't think that this was like good enough to be kept in my collection. I love this one though. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush Enjoy. It is so pigmented. You really need the least amount. And I've seen people mix this one with a liquid like highlighter and put it on the cheeks, and I'm dying to do that, and I still haven't done it, but I really want to. Then we have this one by Sephora. This is the Flushed Blush by Sephora. This is like a moussey texture, and this is a really, I mean, I like the concept in a way, but I really, like, look at this. This is what I don't like. They should have put the moussey one in a jar. Like, don't put a moussey formula in a tube, because there's nothing wrong with this one. I just think that the packaging is the wrong packaging for this. So I'm actually going to declutter this because it is cumbersome to use. Love this one. This is by Trixie. This is in pumpkin. This is orange. Look at that. That is so beautiful. It is such a beautiful bright orange. I really like that. It is heart-shaped. I think it's so stunning. It dries down a little bit as well. It's really beautiful, and it is a warm orange, which is something I like. I'm so sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm a mess. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping that one. I have two of the cream blushes by Fenty. I'm gonna keep the orangey one. This is the Fuego Flush, and I have the one in Fenty Glow, which is a beautiful color, but I haven't reached for this in a really long time, so I'm actually going to get rid of it. I'm also going to get rid of the e.l.f. Putty Blush. Some people were really head over heels for these, but I weren't. I thought that this was just okay, and I feel the same about this as I felt about the like putty bronzer. I like this one more than the putty bronzer, but I still like, I have other things that I like more than this, so I haven't really reached for it. I have one of the Cloud Paints, and I have one of the Sweet Cheeks from NYX. I'm saving these because I want to do a comparison in like a drugstore dupes, but I just haven't gotten to it. Oh my god. Maybe that is already live during my Vlogmas, because I am planning to do that. So I'm saving these, and we'll see if they survive after that, but I'm saving them for now because I have a video planned with them. Really like this one. I think this is in Sundown, yeah. This is in Sundown. It is the cream blush from Melt that I have saved. It is the one that has shimmer to it. It's like a warm terracotta brown with shimmer. Really pretty. That one gets to stay. I have two of the light ones from Charlotte Tilbury. I have one in Peachgasm, and then I have the Pillow Talk number 2 in 2 medium. Both of these are really pretty, and I'm gonna save both of them because I love this formula. Oh my god, did you see how messy that was? Is that not closed? Why is this so messy? Ah! Okay, you can see how that one looks there. I'm gonna show you here. I'm gonna have to go and clean my hand. But it is super beautiful, but why was that so messy? This is the Pillow Talk medium. It is just a little bit more of a like a rose goldy shimmery shade. It's really pretty. I'm keeping both of them. Oh my god, I am a mess. I'm a mess. I love this Peachgasm though. It's so pretty. This is also from Charlotte Tilbury. This is something that I think a lot of people didn't like this, but I actually did like this, and I use it from time to time. This is a Tinted Love. It is a lip and cheek tint. I have it in Bohemian Kiss. I like this one, so I'm keeping it. I think it's a good product. This is the Soul Body. This is the Wild Orchid Shimmering Body Powder. This is so pretty, but I hate this packaging. It is so cumbersome to use, which is such a shame because this is really a pretty product, but man, is this hard to use. So I'm actually going to get rid of it because I hate the packaging so much. And I have two of the blushes by ABH. I have the Bubblegum, which is the shimmery one that came out this year. And then I have the Latte, which is the, oh, that is not a brush. That is, wrong one. Which is the one that came out last year. I'm going to keep both of these. This is a good formula. If I really want a creamy neutral blush, this is pretty much the only one I have, so I'm gonna keep it. I really like this formula. I was trying to think a little bit. I think that this formula is really beautiful. Do I need the brush on the other side like this one? No, I don't need that. I tried to use it once, didn't like it. I don't use it, but yeah. This is what I'm keeping. And I think I did pretty good, right? I did really good. I got rid of 6. Let me show you. I got rid of 6 cream blushes. I think that is pretty decent. Let's dig in to the monster. ugh, I'm almost a little bit afraid of this because it is just too much. But let's dig into it. Here we are, and we can talk about some of these blushes. I have all the collections of some of these things. I've already put the stickers on these. This is honestly one of the best releases of this year. I've used them so much. This is the Shimmery Blushes by Lethal. I have 3 of the shades. There is a 4th shade that is a red one. Honestly, look at this one. Look, do you see that one? Do you see that one? Oh, it's so beautiful. These are so beautiful. They're not going anywhere. Definitely saving them. These Benefit blushes also really good release of this year, and I have already given away. Okay. I have already given away the blushes that I didn't want from this release because they sent me all of them. So this is Terra. It is a shimmery one. I'm keeping it. This is Butterfly. It is an orangey one. I'm keeping it. It is Krista, which is a bright coral. Also shimmer. I'm keeping it. And it is Willa, which is a very nice neutral mauve pink, also with shimmer. So I saved the shimmery ones and I have given the other ones away. That is where I'm at with that release. Is this a highlighter or a blush? This is the blush. This is from Pat McGrath. This one is in Nude Venus. It is a beautiful peach with a little bit of a golden sheen. I bought this when we were in Italy, me and my husband, on our honeymoon. Definitely keeping it. I think this is a beautiful formula. This one is fairly new to my collection. This is the Give Me Glow blush, and this one is in Hey Honey. It is basically my only like mustardy blush. I think this is really beautiful, so I'm keeping that one as well. Then we have, let's do this one. Theoretically, I hate this. Look at this. This packaging is so cumbersome and so big. I really, oh my god, really love the blush though. Really love the blush. It is an orange blush. This one is called Scorched Magma. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna keep it for 1 more year, but oh boy, do I hate this packaging with a burning passion. It is so horrible. I also really love these. These are from Melt. These are the ones that they came out with that had that, you can see the bees in it, the bee themed. So this one is the Queen Bee, and this one is the Buzzkill. I'm gonna say both of these. These are really beautiful. I think they're actually still available at Sephora. It is a beautiful formulation. This one is a very unexpected favorite. This is the Colourpop Chic Pop Pearl from Clinique. This is beautiful. It is a shimmery blush, and if you don't want to do orange, this is a really nice poppy peach, like a corally peach. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna keep that one as well. This is one of the newest one to my collection, and this one got recommended by Kelly Gooch, and it's like a bright neon-y Barbie pink. I've only used this twice. I'm gonna keep it in my collection. It's the only, it is not true. I do have another blush in that kind of a color. Should we compare them and see if they are similar? Because I do have a bright pink like that in my collection. Here. Are they similar? I feel like they're similar. Well, I'm gonna keep both, but yeah, I'm keeping this Persona blush. I think it is a beautiful blush. Formula was wonderful, and yeah, I think that was a good recommendation, and it's also something that made me get out of my comfort zone. So I have these Kaleidos blushes. Do I need to keep all of them? No. I think some of these, like this red one, absolutely stunning. Like there are 2 of this like more peachy one. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one and keep the peachy one. And I think I'm gonna get rid of the one that's bright pink because I saved that other one. And I'll get rid of these 2 and I'll save the 3 that are more like me colors. I also have 2 blushes here from Unearthly Cosmetics. These are actually singles that I have put into these single compacts. What is that? Is that from the dryer? And this is a pink shimmery one, and this is an orange matte one. I don't know the name of these because it's one of those where you can like put them in yourselves. But I think that these are beautiful, and I'm keeping both of these. I also have the Bare Mineral Bronzer. I actually kept this last year, even though it was discontinued, and now they have brought it back, and I think that's really smart because this is a beautiful coppery rose gold blush. This is in Kiss of Copper. I'm gonna keep that one as well. I have another melt one here. I think I have two melt ones. Oop. Is this the highlighter? No, this is the one that, it is a highlighter, but I use it as a glowy blush. This is in Genesis. And yeah, this is a peachy base with a gold sheen. It is really, really pretty. It is like an orgasm, but like on steroids. We're keeping that one. And I'm also going to keep this one from Melt. This one is in Lynx. Yeah, it is a really beautiful semi-shimmery neutral terracotta peach. It's really, really pretty. I want to use that one more actually. It's such a pretty blush. What am I going to get rid of? That's maybe what you're thinking now. And because I wanted to get rid of blushes, but I'm not getting rid of anything, which is honestly, I'm shocked too. I'm shocked too. This is, I should get rid of this one. This is beautiful. It is from MAC, and it is the Royal Flush Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This is a highlighter that I used as a blush, but I haven't used this in so long. Should I get rid of this one? How likely am I to use this one again? Because I'll save this one instead, which is the one that I like the most, which is in Just a Pinch. I don't even know if these are available anymore, but I think I'll save this one and I'll get rid of that one. I'm the worst at decluttering blushes, I noticed. I also have these from Kiko. Are these available anymore? These are so beautiful, but this is so similar to that one that I had from Melt. Like, do I need both? I don't need both, right? So I'll get rid of this one. I will say the other one is a little bit more unique because it is like a brown. You know what? I'll get rid of these. I need to get rid of some things because I haven't reached for those in a bit. I might also get rid of these because, again, I have people that I can give makeup to. And this is from the Sleepover collection by Unearthly Cosmetics. Two of the blushes, but they are too light for my skin tone, so I am going to give those away to someone that is a little bit fairer in their skin tone than me. This was from One Size. This is really beautiful. This is a Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio, and I bought this one, the orangey one, thinking that this was going to be like perfection for me, but this is so pigmented that this is actually too dark for me, so for that reason I haven't been able to get good use out of this one. I still kind of want to keep it for reference, but no, I'm going to get rid of this one. I've already gotten rid of some things from One Size Beauty. Had I wanted to do a full face of One Size Beauty, I would have kept some other things, which I didn't. So might as well declutter that one as well. We have the Juvia's Place blushed one in number 2. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. If I need a blush from Juvia's Place, I can probably pick up the one in the orange one that I didn't pick up. I don't know if I should, but yeah, I haven't picked that one up, but I think I'm going to get rid of this one because it is all matte blushes and I actually don't use that much. This one I'm keeping. It is the collaboration between Ofra and Samantha March. Samantha is my friend, so I am keeping this one. It is in the Chiclet. I think it's called that, Chiclet Duo. It's really pretty, and Samantha is my friend, so we are keeping that one. I also really like this one. I'm doing the worst at decluttering my blushes. This is, oh, it's so beautiful. This is from Vive and this is Piazza. This is one of the most unique blushes in my collection. I think this is so pretty. Definitely keeping. I am doing the worst. Don't come for me. This is one of the blushes from Oden. That's the old collection. This one I'm actually going to get rid of. I saved this one. It is in Alva. Well, it's in Elva. Nope. Actually. This is in Little Jasmine. It is really, really pretty, but they have come out with new blushes, and I think these are discontinued, so I am going to get rid of these because I have the new ones you can see here. This one from Zara, I think I'm going to get rid of it, even though it's a pretty color, but nobody is asking or even being the slightest bit interested in Zara makeup, so why would I keep this one? So I'm going to give that to someone who can get good use of that one. Oh, this is Taj Mahal by NARS. I should use this more. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my god. No, I can't get rid of that one. It's so pretty. No, it gets to stay. Nabla. I'm going to get rid of this red one because I actually have quite a few red blushes that I prefer over this one. This is in Adults Only, but I will save this one in Truth. It's such a good formula. I'll save this one. Maybe I'll get some use. Maybe I'll get some use out of it. Who knows? Who knows? I love the Duo Glows by Natasha Denona. I don't know if these are discontinued or not because I can't find them on all the sites, but it's such a beautiful formula and I really wish that she would come up with more shades, but I don't think that's happening. It's in, this one is in Rayo, the light one, and this one is in Alba. They're so beautiful though. I haven't used them for a bit, but I can't get rid of them because I just think they're so pretty. And these are two blushes that I decided to keep from Sigma. Oop, they did their like launch this year. So I have this one that is Tiger Lily. It is like a peach to a gold, super beautiful. And then I have this one that is called Bronze Star. Look at that like warm mauvey shimmery, oh, it's so pretty. So yeah, definitely keeping both of those. We have some Natasha here. This is going to be interesting. Let's do the Jacqueline one. This one is an orangey one. I haven't used this in a hot second. This one is in Vava Boom. I hate the packaging. This color is really beautiful though, but I've saved so many orangey ones. Do I need to save this one too? It is stunning though. Okay, I'm saving it. Listen, I am weak for an orange. Say orange and I'm like, ugh, say less. Okay, let me do the last ones. This is the Rose Cheek Duo by Natasha Denona. This is the Bloom Highlighting Blush. This one's so pretty. And this is the Bronze and Glow. I never use these two. Let me get rid of those. This one is so pretty, it gets to stay. Can you tell I have a preference? Then we have the Love Cheek Duo. I'm actually going to get rid of this one because I never use this. This is a good product, but it's the wrong colors for me. I don't reach for that one. And this is the Love Glow Cheek Palette. This one, I never reach for it, but I feel like I should save something from Natasha Denona, right? Although I really do love this one. Maybe I should take that one out now. Maybe this should be the one that I save because I love this one. I've been using it so much. It's the My Dream Cheek Trio. You know what, maybe I'll only save this one because that one is the one that has the best colors for me. This is also very pink and also it's a little bit old, so maybe it's not the end of the world that I'm getting rid of it. This is from Little Cosmetics. This one I have made myself. Look, this is a matte yellow. I do have another matte yellow. Let me compare the colors. A matte yellow, a matte orange, and a matte coral. I feel like this one is a little bit in between these two. That's very interesting. And the one from Give Me Glow is also a little bit more muted than these. But yeah, the Little Cosmetics, like their cheek formulas and highlighters and blushes, they're so good. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I've made it myself. I think it is an absolutely beautiful one. And I'm keeping this one as well. I love Little Cosmetics cheek formula. So this one is all the ones from Oden's Eye. Well, one of them actually shattered. So I got rid of it actually because I was like, no, that's too much work. That's too much work. I can't do that. So these are the blushes that Oden's Eye came out with this year at their Sol Mone collection. And I think that all of these are absolutely stunning. The matte pink, I will never use though. So I'm going to get rid of that one and actually only save 4. I feel very daring for getting rid of one of them. Am I going to regret that? Maybe. But I'm saving these. So this is what my blushes are looking like right now. Maybe I can organize this even a bit more. But I honestly think that this looks pretty good, right? I think that this looks pretty good. And let's see how many I get rid of. $17. I feel like that's pretty good. $17. I thought I wasn't going to get rid of any of them because that was doing really bad there for a bit, but I love blushes and I have a really good sense of what blushes I love. And I will also say that if you are seeing this and you're thinking, hey, what happened to that blush? Or what happened to that blush? Or for example, where is the favorite blush that I've been having as of late? Where did the Colourpop playoffs go? Wait, I have a full container of Colourpop blushes. Oh, that's true. Okay, let me go get that one as well. I probably will get rid of some blushes. But what I wanted to say is, if you're missing anything here in this video and you're thinking, what happened to that one or what happened to that one? It's probably either in my haul basket, I didn't go through that one, or it's in my basket of things that are about to be reviewed. And I will probably not get rid of any of those because they're too new to my collection, so they still serve a purpose. But yeah, these are the ones I'm getting rid of. Let me actually go get my Colourpop one. I totally forgot I had that one. Oops. Okay, so these are my Colourpop blushes. So let's go through these and see which ones get to stay. Okay, so I have quite a few Colourpop blushes, and that's why I put this in this like separate little container. I got this entire collection sent to me with these blushes from Colourpop, and there were 3 different more poppy matte blushes. I don't remember what this collection was called. It was like a pop thing. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of these. Not that they're bad, but they are matte blushes, and I have other matte blushes that I prefer. Then we have the Colourpop and Powerpuff Girls in Saving the World. I'm actually gonna save this one because it's so cute, and I love the Powerpuff Girls. Okay, if you hear someone sighing and snoring in the background, that is my doggo. I also have this one from Colourpop. This is You Got Mail. This is actually a Super Shock highlighter, but it's like this cool toned, almost lavender pink. I'm actually gonna save this because this is fairly unique to my collection. This is the one that I was talking about. This is actually one of my favorite things that Colourpop has released this year. This is the Disney and High School Musical blush in Playoffs. Look at this. It is red. And it is this most wonderful sheer wearable red. I cannot recommend this blush enough. If you were wanting to try a red blush, but you thought that the red blushes that you've seen have been too intense, or you're afraid if you're going to be able to pull it off, this one, I cannot recommend it enough. The other 2 colors in this, I put them in a basket to give away to friends. So those have already actually been decluttered from my life. Then we have this one. This is the old packaging from My Little Pony, but it actually has So Retrograde, which is one of my favorite things that ever been released from Colourpop. This is the Cat and Lights collab from 100 years ago. I'm saving it because not only is it wonderful, but it's also a little bit nostalgic to me. For some reason, I have a blush in the packaging here. What's up with that? Because I have one here, right? Yeah? So what is up with this one? Oh, it's a dark brown. You know what? I'm gonna declutter this one. I probably took this here to the US because I was hoping I was gonna find someone that's gonna enjoy that one. I'm gonna save that and see if I can give that away to someone. This one I have used. It is in Jet Set. It is a beautiful brownie blush. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna actually keep that one. Then we have the... Oh, am I in focus? Hello! Then we have the Super Shock blushes that I have. This was in the Tinkerbell collection. This one is in Magic Moon. Beautiful glowy peach. Definitely keeping. This one is in Drop of a Hat. This is an all-time favorite. It is a warm golden like peach. Super beautiful. A little bit more muted than the other one. Definitely keeping. Then we have Chiffon, which was discontinued, and then all of a sudden it was not discontinued. This is like a very bright, super shimmery peach duochrome. Definitely keeping. Super Shocks. Like the shimmery Super Shocks from Colourpop is my favorite formula of all time. Don't expect me to get rid of a lot of those. This one is in Wall. This one is a little bit more of a brownie, like almost rosy bronze. Super pretty. Definitely keeping. Don't, like I said, expect me to get rid of any of these. Why are there hairs on all? Ew. Ew! This one isn't all laced up. This is the orange one that came out this year from the... Was it like a Roller Girl collection or something? This is the thing that I saved. I bought this myself. This is the thing that I bought, and I absolutely love it. It is almost like a muted, glowy, orangey color. It's not like a super warm orange, leaning a little bit on the corally side, but it's absolutely stunning. And then we have the No Way, which is a mid-tone pink. Again, super beautiful. Definitely keeping it. So what I got rid of are the 3 blushes from this collection and this blush that I haven't used that I'm gonna give to someone. So 4 more blushes. Okay, so I'll put a number here of how many blushes so far I have decluttered. Now let's get into face palettes. Okay, let's get this out of the way so that we can be done with this video, because I have been here for a million years. I have one more pile here. Okay. This one I'm gonna give to someone who's gonna get better use out of it. It's from Florasis. It is absolutely stunning and the quality is beautiful, but it is a smidge too cool tone for me. So I'm gonna give this to someone who's gonna get good use out of it. I mean, it's beautiful. Then I have two from Lunar Beauty. This is the Nude Prism Blush Palette. And I also have the newer one. Is this the newer one? Yeah, I think that this is the newer one. This one that is a little bit more on the brownie side, and this is the older one that is a little bit more pinky red. Both of them, is that even true? I think this is the new one that has the red one, yes, and the old one had the Soleil one. Is that even correct? I think so. Oh my god, I am the worst. Either way, this is a beautiful formula, and I love Lunar Beauty, so I'm gonna keep these for reference. I think both of these are still available. Then we have one of the best releases of this year. I really hope that they bring this back. This is the Oracle Chrome Highlighter Palette from the indie brand Bella Beauty Bar. And this is a multi-chrome highlighter palette. And I am 1,000,000% saving this one. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I cannot begin to explain to you the quality of these. Like, it is absolutely... It is just so stunning. Now I need to go and wash my hands. Why did I do this? It's just so beautiful. It just looks wonderful on the skin. This one is the peach one getting picked up by the camera. Yeah, you can see it a little bit here. It just looks wonderful on the skin. It is a duochrome, multi-chrome highlighter palette, and it's so pretty. I think it is discontinued. I hope they bring it back, but yeah, don't hold your breath. Oh, I found some paper. I'm saved. This is also something that I don't use a lot. This has the most epic packaging ever, but it's gonna be useful for me in my collection for reference. And this is the face palette for everyone from Lunar Beauty. I think this fills a purpose when it comes to comparisons, and I am excited to see if there can be an evolution from this one into, like, I don't know, duos or something, because the quality of this one is like truly really good. This is something that I'm actually going to get rid of. This is incredible formula. This is the Sigma Sunkissed highlighter palette. And I remember when this palette came out, me saying, this formula is incredible. You need to do singles. And Sigma actually told me when I was visiting them in the headquarters that me saying that was one of the reasons why they decided to do singles. So you can now buy Sigma highlighters as singles, and the formula is incredible, and I'm so excited that they did that because, yeah, it's a really beautiful formula, but I'm gonna get rid of this one because I have it in singles. This one I'm actually also gonna get rid of, and gonna get rid of this one for the exact same reason as I'm getting rid of some of my other stuff. It's too pigmented for my liking. It is beautiful. It's from OPV Beauty. This one is in number 2. It is beautiful. It's nothing wrong with this, but it's too pigmented. So for me, it becomes a little hard to work with. That's basically the only reason. Then we have the Cinderella Duo from Sigma. I think I'm gonna give this away. I don't think that this serves a purpose in my collection anymore, even though it is really pretty. Oh, here's another one of these Gerard Cosmetic one. Can you tell how well used this is? I think I'm gonna get rid of this one because it's really old, and I did save that other one. Wait, did I put them in the wrong side? Like that. So it's beautiful, but I saved that other one, and I think that one is gonna fit me better. This is the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton face palette. This is my favorite thing from the collection. Honestly, 2 beautiful blushes and a beautiful highlighter. Wonderful formula. I love this one so much more than I love the highlighter. I love this one so much more than I love the eyeshadow palette. I think this is really beautiful. And this makes me excited to try another one of these, either blushes, highlighters, or cheek palettes from Pat McGrath if she comes out with new colors that I don't have, because I think the formula is really, really beautiful. I have this Laura Lee Blush Aesthetics palette. I bought this one because I honestly thought that this one is really pretty. I haven't been able to use it too much, but I like the variety in this one, and the quality is really good, and I'm really excited that she brought in a sheer shimmery shade that you can layer on the other ones to make them glowy if you want to. I think that's actually a really smart idea, and I actually think that that is a really smart idea, and I like the colors that she shows for her palette. I'm just the worst at using blush palettes, but if you were in the market for one, I did like the quality of this one. I'm gonna keep it for reference. This one I'm actually gonna get rid of, and it's the same reason why I got rid of that other blush by Oden. This is the Elva 2 palette, and this is a highlighter palette, and they have come out with highlighters in singles, and we're going to talk about that in my next video. That is going to be, well, not my next video tomorrow, but my next declutter, which is going to be a highlighted declutter, and I'm going to talk about the Oden's Eye highlighters. So I'm saving those instead of this one, but I do think that these are really pretty, and I actually hope that they will come out with even more highlighters and blushes in singles, maybe even bronzers. That would be so amazing. This one is the Glazed Lit Kit by Laura Lee Los Angeles. This one, really stunning quality. I think I've only used this twice because the size of this is just ridiculous. Again, I really hope that in the future she has enough funding to be able to release a formula like this as singles, because the formula is incredible, but this is just too cumbersome. It's too cumbersome with four like this, which is a shame because the formula is really beautiful. And then we have the Low Light by, this is the old one. It says Alien Cosmetics, but now of course they are Unearthly Cosmetics. So this one is the Low Light palette, and I know that one of these have been changed, and I'm fairly sure that it is Laser Beam. All the other ones are the same shades and the same formula. She just re-released them under Unearthly, same packaging, same highlighters. This one has been changed to something else. This is a colored, what would I call it? Like a duochrome colored highlighter, specifically formulated to work on a light medium to a deep skin tone, because it has a tan shift instead of one of those like white gray shifts as some like duochrome highlighters have. So this is, honestly, this is such a beautiful highlighter palette, and I'm gonna save mine, and I am actually not gonna pick up the new version because this is almost almost the current version, and it is a really beautiful palette. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is the Michaela and Glamlight highlighter palette. I honestly think the formula of this is really good, but the colors are way wrong for me. And also I think it is a little bit too sparkly for my liking. Like, it is hard to explain, but it's like sparkly in a way where, oh my god, this is the worst way to do because I'm already sparkly. But I think they're too visible on the skin. Now it looks really nice in this lighting. But I will say, I've used this on my skin, and I feel like it doesn't really melt into my skin tone because I don't think that any of these shades are right for me. I have met Michaela in real life, and I know that her and I do not have the same skin tone, so I'm not surprised to see that we don't have the same preferences when it comes to highlighters. The formula is nice, the packaging is nice, but I think that someone that is closer to Michaela in skin tone is probably going to enjoy these more on their skin than I do. Okay, so I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 palettes. I thought that that was pretty good. Right? That's pretty good. And I will have a number pop up here on the screen, which is the total amount of product that I decluttered in this video. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it's actually quite a large amount. And I will say this was the part of my collection that was in the most need to be decluttered. Blushes and bronzers. They have just been overflowing, and I'm very excited to have a little bit more of a manageable collection, because I love reviewing new stuff and I love letting you know which ones are worth picking up versus not. And I hope that this video helped out a bit as well. Don't forget to subscribe though, and I will see you again tomorrow for another video in Vlogmas, and of course my next declutter series, which is probably going to be in about a week. It's going to be all about highlighters. Bye!